Well, hello and thank you for watching. You have come to a live video. Okay, it's not live, it's recorded, but it's live right now while I'm talking to marketingconsultantplr.com. And I'm Drew Laughlin, and I'm founder of this site, and I want to welcome you to a special quick video about the 7 best ways to use PLR articles. Kind of the 7 best practices, if you will. And this is a very specially sponsored video by videoarticleprofits.com. So that's my other site. You can feel free to check that out if you will after this, or if not, that's okay too. But the number one thing is to use PLR articles. Boy, that's easy for me to say. PLR articles as content for your blog or your website. This is probably very, very obvious because this is really why PLR articles were kind of invented in the first place, is to give people an easy way to create content for their websites. But the one thing I want to explain that is a unique, or at least it seems to be a unique way to use them because not enough people do it this way, is to drip feed them on your blog. Because if you go into WordPress and you add in all of your, let's say if you invest into 20 PLR articles and you put them all up on your website at once, it appears to the search engines as you're just kind of dumping everything at once. It doesn't give it as much credibility as it would otherwise if it was drip fed all over 20 days or 2 months or whatever. And so that's the one unique way that you can use it, is by drip feeding them over an extended period of time. It just seems to work better, and it's just a smarter way to use your PLR articles. And the one thing people are going to ask is about duplicate content. There's kind of a myth out there that the duplicate content penalty is that you have to rewrite all your PLR articles completely before you can post them on your website. And that's not true. As I understand it, and as many people that I have talked to understand it, is really what duplicate content is when you use the same article on your website to try and rank for that certain keyword. And it's basically, that's kind of like keyword spamming in some sense of the way people use it. But when it is used on different sites, that same article, that's okay. And a great example to prove this is press releases from companies that have a big announcement and they submit it to thousands of sites, and all these sites have the exact same content and information on there because it's the press release verbatim, and they all still rank high for those keywords and all that stuff. So there's really not a duplicate content penalty in that sense. It's only if you plan on using a single PLR article 100 times on your own site, which makes no sense, especially in today's world. So I hope that clears that part up for you. Now the next thing is to turn these articles into audios or podcast. And the easiest and best way to do that is simply use the free software, which is called Audacity.com, and use an inexpensive mic that plugs into your computer, and you simply read the article into your computer and then save it as an MP3. And you could either use that single individual MP3 file and submit it to podcast directories, or combine a bunch of them together that are all related and submit those to podcast directories, and that immediately separates you from everybody else using these articles. It immediately gives you a completely unique way to use these articles because hardly anybody does that. So the third way is to turn them into videos, and you can use software like Camtasia and put your article, like one sentence per slide, into a PowerPoint presentation and record that presentation with Camtasia. And that's exactly how I'm using it right now. And then you can turn those videos into a YouTube channel that for your business, and then create a playlist all based around the same relative articles that you create into videos. So again, it takes it from just a simple text article into something completely different, and can set you apart from everybody else. It's a very, very powerful way to use PLR articles. The next thing is to combine several of them. Again, they all have to be relative, but to combine several of them into one ebook. The big thing that you're going to want to do is put, a custom intro and then a conclusion and a call to action at the end. And what that will do is these are great for free giveaways. And so if you want to help build your list online on your website, give away a free ebook. And then that kind of goes into the next one, which is number 5, which is a print book. So if you do a lot of networking, live networking meetings and things like that, imagine the credibility, the instant credibility that you're going to gain if you hand somebody a printed book with your name on it. And given the print-on-demand solutions that are available today, there's so many of them, and there's so many that are really easy to work with that produce very high-quality books, that it's kind of silly not to take advantage of it, to be quite honest. And if you combine a bunch of different articles together to make a book, and granted it's going to take a little bit of effort because you're going to want it to flow nice, and make sure that that if you're going to put your name on it, that you're going to be comfortable and proud to pass it on to somebody else. But you can do that with PLR articles, at least at a level to where 90 to 95% of the work's already done for you. So number 6 is an Autoresponder eCourse. You can take a certain number of articles, let's say it's 3, 5, 7, 10 days, whatever worth, that you can create an Autoresponder eCourse. So you may have to customize the articles a little bit to make it a part of an eCourse, but it will make sense. And the easiest way to do that for each article is just to put a little call to action. In addition to the call to action, just say what they're going to learn next time, and then you have an eCourse right there, and that will help increase your opt-ins from your website and help build your list. Another great way to do it. And then finally is talking about rewriting and submitting the articles to article directories. The reason you need to rewrite them is because most, if not all, of the article directories today require that at least, I think it's like 50% or more of the article needs to be completely unique, because the last thing they want is 100 different people submitting the exact same article to their directory. It just totally convolutes everything that they're wanting to do. And so you can rewrite it and then submit it yourself, as long as I think it's 25 to 50%, something like that needs to be unique. But the cool thing about it is you can outsource that as well through like elance.com or odesk.com, something like that, to where you don't have to rewrite it, but you can have somebody else do it and then get that submitted for you, and that helps build links back to your website, helps drive traffic, helps give you link juice, and all that good stuff that's going to help you climb the rankings of the search engines. So that is the 7 best ways or best practices, if you will, of how to use PLR articles. And if you would, please share your comments, ideas, thoughts below. Anything that you'd like to share with us that could either help us or improve what we got going on, or if you're using articles in a different way that you think we should know that would help our community, that would be awesome and would be greatly appreciated. So do that now, and always remember that you rock. We appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful day. Take care.